Hello, today I'm going to be installing a water line, supply line for an ice maker in our refrigerator. So I went to Menards. They had this ice maker kit. It comes with everything you need to connect it to my refrigerator. You have to check your specifications, but I'm going to show you how to run the line and then connect the stuff. It should be the same process for each one. You just need to make sure you have the right size fittings and everything for your water supply. The tools you'll need, you're going to need an installation kit like I had. You're going to need a drill and a long drill bit. And then I needed a wrench, and you need a pipe cutter and a pair of pliers, channel locks. And then fishing sticks and some tape. So here I drilled a hole, and these are the fishing sticks down to the ground, and I'm going to feed my new water line up through this hole here, and these will help me pull it through the hole. Alright, so there's the fishing stick I fed down through the line, or through the floor. And then here's my new supply line. And then I'm going to need, I got a little bit of tape. So I'll tape the end of this supply line onto this fishing stick and then pull it back up through the floor. Alright, so now I've taped my supply line onto the end of the fishing stick, and I'm going to pull all this back up and into where it needs to go under the sink. Okay, so I just pulled my fishing stick up through the hole that I drilled, and there is the new line that I'm going to attach to the cold water for the ice. Alright, now we're going to repeat the process. I've got to drill a hole through the floor behind the refrigerator down into the floor, and then we'll have to run the fishing string through and then pull the new water line back up through again. So I got the refrigerator pulled out, so I'm in behind here. I'm going to drill down into this. It's not finished here, but it's okay because I did the floor anyway. But drill down into here and then run my water line. All right, so there's my fishing line I've put in all the way to the ground. I can hear the rocks. So now I'll go under the house and then get the other end of that water line and run it back up through. I drilled a hole here, but then I was afraid that the fridge wouldn't slide back all the way. So I went ahead and drilled a new hole, and then I'm just going to fill this back in with caulking. All right, so I'm back under the house, and then this is the fishing stick that's coming down from behind the refrigerator. So then here's my line. It's running over from my water inlet. So now we'll attach the water line to the fishing stick with the tape. All right, so attach the fishing stick, and we can feed it back up through the floor and into the house. All right, back inside. So now we're going to pull our fishing stick through the floor. So the insulation's going through. There's the end of it. There you go. And there's our new water line. All right, so there's 25 feet of this water line. So I'm going to pull out some of the slack. You'll see the other pieces over here under the sink. So I'm going to pull the slack through because we don't need all that under the house. Keep an eye that I don't pull the other side through. All right, so you can see here that if I pull on this, that one's moving. So that tells me I got the slack out of it. So I pulled all this extra through. So I'll be able to, once I hook it up to the refrigerator here, the supply line here, I'll be able to trim all this stuff so that it fits back in behind the refrigerator here. All right, so my connection is going to connect to this nut here. So it has this little coupler that goes inside of it, and then this nut that goes on top and connects to that. So first we have to slide the nut onto our new water supply line. You want to slide it on backwards so that the hose comes through the back end, and so you can thread it onto the refrigerator. So there's the water supply line. Here's the little coupling. And then that slides down into the nut, and then the nut all attaches onto the refrigerator here. Okay. So then these two are connected here. You want to make sure to tighten these down good because you don't want a water leak. All right, so this is my hot supply line. This is the cold supply line. So we got to cut this piece up and insert the T that runs to this new water line for the refrigerator. So I have to cut this. I do have a pipe cutter. Even with the water shut off, there's still some water in the line. So you might have some water that comes out, but that will be okay. So this is the T fitting. So both of these will go onto the pipe that I just cut. They'll slide down on there and then slide onto the top of this one. And then this is where the new water supply line will come in. And then the water supply, the new one for the refrigerator, has its on-off valve. So if the head is not in line with the spigot coming out, then it's off. So if you turn it to line up, it's on. This one does have an off and an on direction, so it tells you which way to turn it. So, all right, so there's the T. I slid the two 1/2 inch pieces in. Mine's a 1/2 inch. Most of them are going to be 1/2 inch, I do believe. And these slide down into these compression fittings and lock in place. All right, now I'm going to pull this excess line back through on this side, because I hooked it up to the refrigerator on that side, so I'm going to pull it through on this side and get the slack out. Okay, so here I've connected the new water supply line into this, and it is on. So the next step is to go back into the house and turn the water supply back on and make sure we have no leaks. Okay, here's my water supply shut off under the house. So I want to loosen this back up. I turned it off earlier. So this will let the water back in. Okay, now I'm gonna go check for leaks up in the house. Okay, check under here. This is where I pulled it off. It's wet. Where I plugged everything in. So let me dry all this off. Yeah, nothing's leaking through there. Spigot was running when I came in. Let's check back here on the water supply here. Yeah, this is all dry. No water here. Okay, so inside my refrigerator is an ice maker button. Right now the ice maker says it's off, so we'll hit the ice maker button. Turn it on. Now we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see if we get ice.